This is Skullgrin and another review of a War for CYBERTRON Siege toy. Today we are reviewing Flywheels, the Duocon. So, they already did Battle Trap in Power of the Primes, and now they've given us the other Duocon Flywheels. Battle Trap could separate into two robots and vehicles, but with Flywheels, they decided to go upon the more traditional approach of just making him like a traditional Duocon. And as you can see here, he has different pegs for weapons on his body, shoulder, and comes with two guns. He has neck articulation, shoulder, elbow, hip, knee, ankle, and he separates into two vehicles, of course. Guns can combine into one longer kind of sniper rifle type of configuration, like this. So there we go, two guns combined together. You have the peg point for the blast effects over here. Of course, like you can even like post the cannon or the rifle on the back like this, which kind of makes them look a little more sort of like Blitzwing. You can pose the gun here to get that kind of look of a tank, of an arm-mounted rifle. Shoulder, hanging it off the shoulder. Kind of can just treat it like as if he's just holstering it over there. And you can even holster it on one of the wings like that. So he just has it on his back. And of course, like you could put this one here too. Right, like that. You can arm mount this, so it's like that. Make it into arm mounted tank cannon. Right, even put it here if you so wish, and have a different style of arm mounted cannon. Yeah, pretty much a good amount of poses. He can use weaponizers like COG as well, if you want, and can attach the parts into different areas. So now separating them into vehicle. Oh boy, there we go. See, lanky legs, lanky legs. So now we're gonna turn him into a jet. Go there. Put the arms out. This is the part where I kind of always tend to forget what some of the features are. And we put this here, go there. We put these in there. The fist go in. Other fist goes in like that. Then this piece goes here. That goes like that. These they turn inwards like something like that. See, this is why I don't like transforming them. I don't know why. I have a habit of always forgetting how he transforms, and it just makes me kind of feel stupid, because he's not really that difficult to transform. He's very simple, but I just haven't transformed him much. So I've never mentally just memorized the transformation that much. I just kind of wing it every time I do it, and I have to refigure it out from scratch. and it's kind of embarrassing. Well, you can just even put it like this, but it's not really supposed to go that way. So there we go, jet mode. Can mount the tank cannon on the top. That. You can put the rifle up here. And you can mount the two guns on each side. On this end and that end. So that way it's like this. You know. So it's like pew, 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 pew. Yeah. And of course, I like this one the most, actually, to be honest with you, to just put it there. I feel that it looks more right. You can even just kind of get this kind of look. So he has like one gun above, one gun beneath. There's some nice gold striping on here. Gold over there, gold here, gold there, gold there. The window with the symbol, gold on the gun. Gold on both guns, actually pretty nice. See, this is the nice thing, that they actually put the care into the paint applications now, and it's just so much more pleasing to the eye to have those paint applications like that, and to actually have good painted in details. See, even the vents here are painted. Everything about that really satisfies me the most. And so onto this, he has bow damage on the sides here, there, gold paint underneath. And so now, see, rolling wheels and the guns. So now this goes like that. Damn it, this gets lifted. This gets lifted to open up the cage like that. Then this piece goes here. That goes there. So there you have the plates there. See, I like the tank damage in this because they didn't overdo it. They just did it on the ends, and it works quite well. Like, it's not overly pronounced. It's just done in a like clever way. So now, in tank mode, you pretty much like, you can put the pistol over here, and you can put the tank cannon there in the center here, and then basically you have the tank mode, right? Similar to the original toy. My only complaint with this mode, really honestly, I do like the tank cannon, but I just kind of find it funny that it's, you know, the peg doesn't go all the way in. It's not bad because at least it's placed right, but you know, you can't even lift it or turn it or anything really. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's okay, but you know, and of course if you wanted, you could also do this if you want, which kind of makes it like a different style of tank mode basically. But ultimately, I guess that's the best. You can put the weapons on the sides if you want, if that's what you so prefer. I do believe that there is a way to place the plane on the top, but I just don't remember how, and I'm not really certain if I really even have him, if he has a mode like that. like, okay, now I sort of remember. This will go like somewhere here or there. And then like you would just place it like that. And see, this is the problem. I don't transform him a lot. So I never really memorized his transforming motif completely. I do think he's a great figure though. So basically it's like, you know, kind of like an idea like that. You know, like you basically would have this for Flywheels. And overall, I think he's a good figure. He has a nice amount of paint. In a way, I would have preferred if he had wrist joints, but that's kind of a minor niggle. They added a good amount of paint application on him. Like we said earlier, the gold paint, everything. Transformation is good. The 2 vehicle modes are nice. It would have been nice if they could have found a way to sort of implement the possibility of trying to find a way to get this tank turret to turn or rotate or lift. That would have been nice, especially considering the price that we're paying for them now, you know. But because they did a good amount of paint, I don't feel too inclined to worry about that too much. Here's the joke tank fan mode that makes him look like that boss from Smash TV. And now we just combine them back. You know, his nice simplicity is pretty good actually. He's sort of like a shock trooper. Even has waist articulation actually. And, you know, forgot to mention that. So we put this, put that there. I forgot to sew the rolling wheels, basically. But it's okay, it's not too important, you know. His wheels do roll fine, so it's not too much of a big matter. And there we have it. I'd say he's pretty much worth it. You know, the prices have gone up. They are a little more expensive. But they've been making them in quality. They're durable. They're worth it in my opinion. They're painting them more. And you can pretty much use any like weapon from other figures such as the weaponizers that come with cog on him. So you can pretty much add weapons and armor onto them. I think it's going to be a lot better once Brunt is available. And then like we'll really see like, you know, something cool. Because obviously Owlbot's not going to match too much with a Decepticon, right? So, you know, minor niggle basically, but still a slight niggle to some degree. So you can do that. Or if you want it to look like tank feet wheels, you know, I kind of find it weird to post them on sideways because it just doesn't look right. Just looks better to me because it's like tank roller skates, you know. And add this piece onto his back like that, and put it in over there. Figure I might as well sew mostly the weaponizer because he's not too complicated in transformation, and so, you know, his whole thing is his interaction with weaponizers and the dual vehicles that he can become. I'm thinking that he'll be really good with Brunt because Flywheels did appear in the UK comics in an issue with Triptychon and Brunt in City of the Dead storyline with the zombies. With Transformer zombies made by a mad Owlbot scientist called Flame, who had helped the Decepticons to build like rocket space engines, and then later he built an army of dead zombie transformers that he reanimated to get revenge on Zaron for discrediting his theory that Cybertron could be propelled through space with rocket engines. So he kind of was like a mad scientist who wasn't taken seriously by the Autobots, and he never really became a Decepticon technically, but he just helped them to build rocket engines to turn Cybertron into a war world for them. And it was based off of his theory of being able to apply rocket engines to propel Cybertron through space. Zaron had discovered that he miscalculated and basically had wanted to stop him and stop they sabotaged it, and he basically was discredited. Cybertron was catapulted through space, which is connected to the first issue in the Marvel Comics, where they shoot down the asteroids and then they crash into Earth when they're passing Earth's solar system. And here he is, Flywheels with cog weaponizer, shield, shoulder cannons, feet, tank roller things, right? As one of the configurations that you could do. And that's pretty much it for now. You know, we're done. That's War for Cybertron Siege Flywheels. Excellent figure. I do recommend him. The paint applications are pretty good. He's pretty solid toy. Easy transformation. Not too complicated. Looks great. Has good posability. He doesn't have robot modes for the vehicles like the Power of the Prime's Duocon Battletrap does, but in my opinion, it's not that necessary, because for Battletrap, they kind of made his chest very thin and it looks weird. It's cool that he can turn into two robots while Flywheels can't, but Flywheels has better proportions, looks more accurate to the animation in the cartoons. He has much more of the look that you would have expected for the Duocons. So much so that even though the Duocon's Battletrap that was made in Power Primes is great, I wouldn't mind if they just redid Battletrap again to go with Flywheels, with the proportions and style of Cybertron Siege, without the robot modes and just the vehicles as proper remakes of the figures. Because as much as Battletrap is awesome for what you could do with him, I feel that he feels a little off next to Flywheels, and it would be better for them to be the same, like, you know, that way it's like they match better. This is fine, but the proportions on Battletrap just are weird, and he just would look strange next to the other guy. And so I kind of would prefer if they redid Battletrap again, actually. But not so much because it was bad with the way they did him, but just because he would match better with Flywheels. Even like I would have liked if we had gone the Power of the Prime's Flywheels actually with a robot, two separate robots, but it probably would have compromised the proportions of the body and made it look less accurate to the comics and the cartoons.